Good morning to everybody, my good friends. Today is April 15. This is your fourth day that you have been through your hump day already. So some of us has gone from the place already. So this is the remainder that who will be here until the end of the course. And tomorrow or today, after this session, we will go to take the pictures of our batch, B-A-T-C-H, our batch. You know the meaning, batch? Batch just means this group, B-A-T-C-H. This batch, I will say April 10 to 20. All names 28, but now I don't think that you still remain 28 persons. And anyway, we are here, and then this time is time for meditation instruction from 8:30 to 9:30 for your fourth day. So some of you has been practicing many steps. Some of you still at the first step because you still fighting with your mind, because your mind is still roaming around, going to many places. You cannot control it. And someone said they don't want to control their mind because they want to let their mind doing their duty as in nature. So your mind, if you don't train it, you don't control it, your mind will conquer with your instincts. Instincts, they control your mind. And then the instincts we have, at the beginning, we have the basic problems of your instincts. Because basic instincts that will make you have a selfish person. Selfish, that means to serve your life for living. You see that? That's the basic of it. So all living beings, they have basic instincts. And that basic instinct that we have, basic selfish. And if after you have basic selfish, and then you develop your wisdom, if your wisdom come to serve your instinct, what happens? That means your wisdom to serve your selfish, and then you will have more selfish than before. So you can observe, man and animal not different, but man and animal different because of man can develop their wisdom, but animal you cannot develop. Even 100 years, 1,000 years, animals still there. And they don't have the language. They have their own language, only instinctive language. That's for animals, you see that they don't develop much. So, you can see the language of the animal, like chicken or rooster. How is rooster in Europe? Sounds like when it cries. How is rooster in Europe cry? Or make the voice? How it look like in Europe? How about in Israel? Rooster. You know rooster? It's a kind of chicken. That the male chicken is called rooster. You know that now? How is the sound like when rooster? That's from where? From where? No. So, what did you hear? What did you hear? When I was a child, I studied English, and I look at English British rooster make the sound like cock-a-doodle-doo. You see that? Do you remember? Not like your sound this time. It said cock-a-doodle-doo. Did you hear that? Cock-a-doodle-doo. My lady lost her shoes. Do you remember? Oh. Can you remember? Or you never heard of that thing, huh? Cock-a-doodle-doo. That's the rooster from Europe. About in Thailand. How is the ear of Thai people listen to Thai rooster? Huh? Do you know? Thai rooster. The Thai will say, egg, egg, egg. Egg, egg, egg. You see, that's different. But in fact, rooster from here and rooster in Europe, they do the same sound, but the ears of humans, they listen differently. Can you see that? You make a very good sound. You see that? So, and for many thousand years, these roosters still, they do the same sound. They never create any language. See that? That's the world of animals. So they live by instinct. They live by instinct. And they never develop their wisdom to serve their instinct. So they have selfish, only the basic selfish to serve their life. See that? And animal will take food for living only. Even some animals, they're hoarding food. You know hoarding? Hoarding, that means you collect food for the next season. We call it hoarding. H-O-R-D-I-N-G. Hoarding. That's if you observe the ants will hoarding their food for the rainy season only, not more than that. How about the man? How much is the man hoarding? Infinity. Infinity never ends. If the man what? Create wisdom and use wisdom to serve instinct. So the man will have more selfish than any animal. Can you see that? If the man create their wisdom and they use wisdom to control, that's different, huh? To control what? To control the instinct. And then the male will live better than animal. See that? Animal have to fight. Fight for what? Fight for survival, fight for food, fight for reproduction. You see that? Fight for place to live. You know? The place, the area that they have to live, they have to fight for that. How about the man? How about the man? Fight for what? Fight for food. How much food enough for man? Fight for reproduction. Yeah? And how many enough for man? Do they have season? You know, in animals they have the season for reproduction. See that? And how about the man? Do they have season?
They have an age range.
Correct.
They have an age range which you can see as a season, a season of someone's life. You know, because animals typically live a lot less, have a shorter lifespan than humans.
Yeah.
And humans can only reproduce like between certain ages. So you could see that as a season.
Or do you call that season?
Well, you could. Yeah, you could.
Do they have season or not? Manja. That is, Jonathan. Do the man have season? Season for reproduction. Right? It depends on your wisdom. If your wisdom serves your instinct, you will non-stop, and you don't want to serve nature, because nature wants you for reproduction, but you want to take only the pleasure, and you don't want to serve nature. How? Do you know about condom? Condom, not condom. Do you know condom? That's for what? Do the animals use condom also? No. You see that? You see, so many ways when we come to observe this. And see that? Again, I will show you by nature, human, they have season also. Because ladies, they have menstruation. Right? When you have menstruation, that's the period of reproduction. So, the whole month, not 30 days. It only about 3 or 4 days only. At that period, that means the egg is ready to serve, ready to fertilization with the sperm. You see that? That's by nature. But men, they have wisdom. So they use this for not to do their duty for reproduction. You see? So that's the way some area of the people, they use this knowledge to do for their birth control. You know that? So that's man and animal, that's different like this. So, if man use wisdom to serve instinct, man will have more selfish than animals. And man will create more wars than animals. Can you see that? Do the animals, they have war also? They have. They have for what? They fight for food, they fight for reproduction, they fight for their territories or for the place that they have to live. Right? They have. They do that also. But not very much like the man. You see. So, you are here to develop your mind. Now, this time for meditation instruction. So, you know this, how to control your mind, how to develop your mind. Develop your mind for develop your wisdom. Develop your wisdom to control your instinct, not to serve your instinct. See that? Why? Because when your mind have the right wisdom, you will see there's no egoism. When no ego, there's no selfish. Selfish from basic instinct and your wisdom also. If your wisdom to serve your instinct, and you will have more selfish, more aggressive, more violent. You see that? See that? So, man without morality, man without developing the right way of your mind, man very dangerous of all animals in the world. Do you believe me? Very dangerous. Even now, you see that? Okay, I will ask you one question. If this world, you put all men out of the world, what happened to nature? There are many problems. We have so many problems because of what? Of man, because of man. So, when you have man, where you have man, that place you have problem. One. When you have man, you have problem. If you have more man, you have more problem. If you have less man, you have less problem. If you have only one man, do you have problem? One man. Only one man. Do you have problem or not? Think carefully. Problem where? Outside or inside? Inside. So one man. Do you have problem? Yes. If you are a man, even one man, you have problem. You create problem by yourself. You see, you get boring. You stay alone. You get boring. Then you have problem or not? That's the problem in you. Even one man. You see that? So man has to develop. And to develop man, that means you have to develop your mind. Because mind leads the body. And you have to develop at the right way. If you develop in the wrong way, and the man will more aggressive, will create more warfare. See that? So we have to know the way how to create the man, how to develop the man. Okay? So how to develop the mind? How to develop the mind? What is the mind? I have said yesterday and the day before yesterday about the mind for many aspects. Today I will begin with one story. Two boys. The first boy is named Mr. Peace. P-E-A-C-E. Mr. Peace. The second boy, his name is Mr. Brave. B-R-A-V-E. Mr. Brave. Mr. Brave and Mr. Peace. He's a good friend. And they were walking along the side of what? The Kut River. Beside the Kut River. They're walking along the side of the Kut River. That's the name of the river. This river is Kut River. See? When they are walking along the Kut River, Mr. Brave said to Mr. Peace, "Oh, you look at that fish. You know that means in that river they have fish. You look at that fish. That fish is what? It's jumping with full happiness. The fish is jumping with full happiness." Who said? Mr. Brave said to Mr. Peace. And Mr. Peace asked Mr. Brave, "How you know? Because you are not the fish." Can you get me? How you know that the fish jumping with happiness? How you know? Because you are not the fish. How you can answer this question? Can you get my story? Mr. Peace and Mr. Brave walk along the good river. And then Mr. Brave tell Mr. Peace, observe or look at that fish is jumping with happiness or with what? Joyful. And Mr. Peace asked back to Mr. Brave, "How you know that the fish is full of happiness? Because you are not the fish." So, how you can answer this? Gentlemen? How you know? You are not the fish. Huh?
Mr. Brave is happy.
Yeah. How you know? How?
On vision.
Vision? Or from the vision?
From Mr. Brave.
Oh,
He is happy.
okay. But this story, it doesn't come out like that. When Mr. Brave tell Mr. Peace, and Mr. Peace asks back, how you know that's the fish jumping with joyful or with happiness? And then Mr. Brave say back to Mr. Peace. He said, okay, you see, you ask me how you know. Listen carefully. This very important. You ask me how you know. When you ask this question, that means you don't know. You don't know. How can I know? Can you get that? Mr. Peace asked Mr. Brave because Mr. Peace don't know how Mr. Brave know that the fish jumping with the joyful or with the happiness. That means Mr. Peace don't know. So he have to ask that question. Did you get me? And then Mr. Brave said, I know. That's the answer. I know because of my mind full of joy and happiness. That's the end of the story. Matthias? You cannot get anything? Can you get my story? What is that? How this story come out with what? What is conclusion of this story?
That's due to what you have inside, that's what you see in others.
So, yes?
Ignorance.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very big word.
Yeah, because he actually doesn't know. He's assuming that's how he feels because he sees the fish jumping, so that's his perspective, but he doesn't know actually how the fish is feeling.
Also,
because he's not the fish.
oh, he's not the fish.
So we often make assumptions of how the fish is feeling, but we actually don't know because we're not there.
Okay, that's your view.
That's
Yeah, it's right for your view. Nobody wrong, huh? Because if you touch the column or the legs of the elephant, you will see that's like column. Okay, you are right by your view. And from this story, you see, when Mr. Brave says, I know because of my mind full of joy and happiness. So that means everything depends on your mind. When you are happy, you will look things around you happy. See that? So here I will come up with this sentence. Mind is everything. What you think, you become. And say again. Mind is everything. What you think, you become. When you are very happy, when you wake up in the morning, everything around you very beautiful, you see that. But when you very sad in the morning when you wake up, everything around you bad. You see that? From where? From your view of feeling, from your view of understanding at that time. So everything depends on your mind. So Mr. Brave see the fish jumping with joyful or with happiness because Mr. Brave mind full of happiness. Manja? So, and come back to you now. How about your mind now? You see, direct to the real situation here. How about your mind now?
It's skeptic because what you said doesn't make sense because the fish might not have feelings.
The fish is the fish. It doesn't matter about the fish. You don't know about the fish, but when your mind is joyful and happy.
It's called projection. When you feel something, you project your feelings on the outside world, and that you kind of paint it with your feelings. But outside, we don't know if it's actual good or bad or natural.
Outside, we cannot say good or bad.
Yeah.
Outside, just what? Natural phenomena.
Yeah.
It's natural phenomena. So good or bad, from where?
Yeah.
From inside. From
But
inside.
we cannot discuss the qualities of the. For example, if I ask another person if I feel happy, I cannot say that another person feels happy. I have to ask him, right?
The story is that Mr. Gray said the fish was happy because he felt happy. It doesn't mean the fish is happy. It's just what he thinks.
Perfect,
The
perfect.
story is not about the fish, it's about
How
how
is
you
it?
get to
Yeah, right.
filter which you suggest, and that
But
will
it's also a story about how to make logical conclusions, right?
Perfect. You explain the right thing. You say it again.
the story is not on the surface level about the fish, but it's not about the fish. That's the explanation. And you're right, I think the mind is the filter through which you suggest your inner suggestion, but that suggestion will determine your own level of happiness.
Yeah. So why we try to do loving kindness? Do you know why we try to do our loving kindness? Loving kindness after chanting. Why we do that? To put the program to your mind. Put the program. Remember about MPU? MPU. What is MPU? Mind processing unit. That you put the program about loving kindness. When you say, you feel it, you build your habits of your loving kindness in your mind. You see that? So normally humans live with the habits. You see that? The habits come from your practice. Practice until you have the skill, and then you have the skillful with that habit, and then that means when change from the habit to way of life. That you don't think that's the habit anymore. That's the way of life. You will do that every day. See that? So I will show you the steps. Number one, you have to choose what is right, what is wrong for your life. See? When you choose and then you stop the wrong thing for your life, do the right thing, and then you do that continuously, not less than 21. This from the research. If you want to change your habit, you have to do that thing continuously, not only one time, continuously, not less than 21, and then your habit will change. If you do only 3 days, your habit not change. See that? And after you change your habit, and then you will do that every day until that's your way of life. You will not call habit anymore. That's your way. See? So you avoid what? The bad thing for your life. You do the good thing, and you do that continuously until you build your habit. You have your own habit, and from own habit, the right habit, and then you change to way of life. That's no more problem if you do that. But again, I emphasize from the research said you have to do that at least 21. And how many days here that you do your retreat? Pardon? How many? Only 7 days. So you cannot change your habit. So here, only your beginning of your life. But after 7 days, what are you going to do? Don't go back to your old habit, because your old habit has been built for a long, long time. Very easy to go back. So you have to continue your new habit, until 21 days, and then you change the old habit to new habit. See that? So you will be the new person. You are not the same as Jonathan before. You are new Jonathan. You are new Matthias. See that? Do you want to be new Matthias, or you want to keep your old Matthias? Like the same that they say in the Old Testament or the Old Bible. What you say? You have to throw your bad life or your old life away, and then you will get the new life. See that? The same thing. That is the explanation. If you want to change your life. If you don't want to change, you will go back to your own habit. Okay? This is one thing that I warn you. If you want to change the habit, like ladies, yesterday that you said, you will quit what? Smoking, quit drinking for life. That's your what? Intention. Your intention. You make decision, and you will control yourself. You will not go back to your old habits anymore, and you will have new life. New life. That's not new in the bad way, but new in the better way. See? Congratulations in advance. See that? That's the way. So, your mind also, you can put what? The program. See, put the program that's in MPU every morning when you wake up. You tell yourself, today I wake up for what? You wake up for what? For peace. You wake up for happy. You wake up for joyful. You don't wake up for hell. You don't want hell anymore. You see, you tell yourself when you wake up in the morning that you put the program in your MPU. You do it continuously. Okay? That's the mind, very important. So why we have to train? This is the reason. Yesterday, I talked about 4 main parts of Anapanasati. That from the first one is body, the second one is feeling, the third one is mind, the last one is Dhamma, or the truth of life and nature. Remember? So, our mind development, we have to be disciplined, and we have to put all your heart to practice. If you put all your heart, you will get all. If you do it seriously, the result will come out seriously, up to you. You see that? All things. It's by the law of action and reaction. Depend on you. Now, I will tell you about the nature of mind. Nature of mind. Do you know nature of mind? By nature. You don't do anything. When you were born, that's your mind with nature. What is behavior of the nature of mind without development? Do you know? What is nature of mind? Nature, that means what? The things that the mind will do by nature. Pardon? Self-instinct. That's by nature. Okay. See that? That's by nature. Because instinct is nature also. And to serve your selfish, that basic selfish, that's by nature. Okay. And by nature, mind will go very fast. The fastest of all things in the world that I mentioned yesterday about is faster than Concorde. Remember? That's number 2. That's the mind. It's going very fast. So, your mindfulness, that's the thing that you have to know. If it's go very fast, but you have to know where is your mind going. What is your mind doing? You have to know. How do you feel now? You know yourself. What are you thinking now? See that? If you observe, your feeling, your thinking happen in you and will affect your life. Yes?
I have a question.
Pardon?
I have a question.
Okay?
Yeah. Yes. We were observing hands, hands beneath the insect.
Yes.
And it seems that by nature they are working always together.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are not selfish or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the nature of human to be egoistic, or is it something that is built by the surrounding?
Surrounding?
Yes.
You mean environment?
I'm asking, is it in the nature of the human to be egoistic?
Nature of human?
Yes.
Yes. And?
Is the nature of human to be egoistic?
To be?
It's
To be what?
like
What's that mean? Huh?
selfish.
Selfish. Oh, that's I mentioned already. But by nature, because of instinct that nature gives to all living beings for basic survival, you say that.
It depends on which view you have, because if you think that the nature of human is egoistic, then what you're saying is logic. But if you think that love and compassion is the nature of human, then you would.
Of course, that's right. It has also, but come from where? Loving.
Maybe that's what you're born with, and the rest comes from society.
Mm-hmm.
So
Come from?
That egoism comes from society.
Come from society. Oh, you are right. Nothing wrong, because life and environment have to influence to each other. You see that? Environmental, that's influence to your life. See that? If I were born here in Thailand and my father sent me to live in America, what is my way of life?
Depends on the surroundings.
Yeah, if I live with American family, what happened? I will think, I will act like American family. See that? Because that influence from what? From environmental. That's influence. So why Lord Buddha got enlightened in the forest? Because he needs what? He needs peaceful environment. So why you are here? Why we try to set this area very peaceful? That we need what? Peaceful environmental.
So that's the thing.
Pardon?
The thing is that it's very easy to follow the things you say and live that way. If you have, depending on what surroundings you have.
Right.
But when you go back to wherever you live, you can surround yourself with different groups. You can be in a dancing group, or you can do a lot of yoga, or you can party crazy hard, or you can meditate. So depending on which ones you have around you, it's easy to take on a certain behavior.
Yeah.
So it's easy to do this here, but it's not that easy to do that when you have
the environmental like this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay? Wait a minute. And then, first we have to find good environment. See that? We have good environment. We have good friends to say everything good around you. That's environment. And then you develop yourself. When you will develop your mind, until your mind have what? Mindfulness, you have right wisdom, your mind have more power. And then you can go back to change your environment. First, we need good environment to change you. So see that? We need good environment. So why we have to look for good friends? If you have bad friends, what happens? You're not going to be a bad person. See that? So environment very, very high influence to life at the beginning. But after you develop and you have more power, you have more mind power, and then you can go back to change environment. I will show you. Okay. You go to live with a guy or with a man, your friend, that he is really disciplined. That man very neat and clean, you know. But opposite with you, you are really lousy. You just make things mixed up all the time. But when you live with him, you have to follow his habit. See, because he is very strong. And he is the one who helps you many ways. See that? So you have to follow him. After you follow him for some time, what happened to you? You change your habit. That's from where? From the strong influence from that man to you. But if you have a very strong influence with the messy life, and then when you live with that person, and that person will influence under your influence, and that person will follow you. Can you see that? So it depends that which one is more powerful. Can you get me? So, very good question. Number one, you have to choose the good environment. You have to choose very good friends. And then you have to choose very good knowledge or right knowledge. You see? And then you develop your mind, develop your life. After you develop your mind, when your mind have more power, and then you change your habit. You have your own habit, the right habit. Anywhere that you go, you will set the new habit for environment. You see, when you came here, because some of you, when you wake up every morning, you see everything around you clean and neat. When you wake up here, full of leaves and very messy, so you cannot stay. You have to go and take a broom to broom the leaves. You see why? Because that's your habit. That you change your way of life. when you come here, you will influence to this environment. You will set the environment that you live in. Can see that? Yes, you have question?
Oh yeah, might be a big follow-up. So I've been traveling for quite a while and I've seen a lot of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And no single dog has attacked me before. So the first night actually, I come here, there's this dog over here in this environment. And you know, I didn't feel like I was being a threat to the dog, but it just literally just came at me, barking, and it bit my leg.
Oh, the dog bite you?
So yeah, it bit me. Which is, you know, it wasn't like a big injury or anything, but it was kind of ironic in my mind, and it sort of raised the question, like it's the first time I've been to a monastery, and of course, you know, it's a peaceful place, and I don't want to make any conclusions, but it's just a question that came to my mind, you know, why is it that this is the first time? It's kind of ironic that somebody, like a dog would bit me, so, or like attack me. So if you're saying like all this nature, and of course, like as you said, like man creates the problem. So even over here, the nature is peaceful, but obviously, like something is causing a problem. That this dog is like literally so afraid, so terrified that it comes and it bites a person. So I just wonder like what makes this dog so fearful, you know, in this place, in this environment. Like surrounded by monks, you know, no confusion, but it is a question, you know, and I think it's the rightful one for me to wonder, you know. It's the first time in that, you know, I've never had any problems with dogs. I love dogs, I love all animals.
You are very lucky.
Yeah, thank you.
You were very lucky.
Thank you.
Because the dog bite you not very hard.
Yeah. But I still have, like, I literally have, like, but it's a bit, you know. It's first time, you know. So,
you know, that I can explain by the law of cause and effect.
Right.
The law of cause and effect. You know, you came at the right time that the dog has a badly mood.
Right.
Yeah, because the dog, they have their mood also. Sometimes they got angry with something, and then when she saw you, she will express her feeling to you.
Okay.
You see, that can happen.
Right.
So that's by the law of cause and effect.
Okay.
But if you were here without ego. You just, if something happened like this, so I have to solve the problem.
Right.
You see, that's without any get angry with anyone or any dog.
Sure.
You just understand that you are a very good person because you are very calm mind, peaceful mind. You understand the situation. You see, why Lord Buddha said, when you have problem, you don't look the problem outside.
Right.
You look the problem inside, in you first, and then the thing outside, that's only natural phenomena. It happens like that, and then how we can deal with it.
Yes.
If you don't have problem inside, and then the outside, that's not the real problem.
So, in a way you would say, like, it might be a bad example, but in my mind, it's the same. So, if a dog attacks me, it's my fault, right? It's something inside of me.
No, not your fault, that's by the law of cause and effect. That's just a coincidence. At that time, you came at the right time that the dog have a badly mood. And then when she saw you, she said, this is about time to express my moody. Okay. You see that? So, you have to say thank you for the dog. That to test you. That you are a very good guy. You don't get angry with the dog. But if you get angry with the dog, that means you cannot pass the exam. That's it. Yes?
But it doesn't explain what about this dog? Because at the entrance there is a place telling that to beware of the brown dog and to carry the stick. So it's not only his problem.
Your problem also.
Maybe but people going here carrying stick for this dog. And I saw this dog in the morning. It's always like scared, and I heard that this dog bites many people. So it's not about personal law of
the law of cause and effect.
yeah.
I know that maybe the dog changed the habit. Before this, they never aggressive. You see that when they change the habit, that we have to be aware of the dog.
But the question was how it happens that in this environment, peaceful environment, this dog became so, I don't know, angry or scared or what?
Aggressive. Yeah. So the owner of the dog have to take care. You see, because we don't know the dog much as the owner. The owner should know their own dog, right? They should know because they feed the dog from the beginning up to now. They should know their own dog.
I think also like you can put a person in this environment where it's really peaceful and lovely, and they can still be really angry and shouting. So with a dog it's even worse because he doesn't have this like wisdom. The dog is like, I don't know.
But again, I would like to go back to the instinct that the dog, they have instinct also, that they run by their instinct. They want to have self-protection for himself. You know, that I don't know about the dog mood at that time. So it's okay. It's okay. That problem has solved already, right? Did you go to see the doctor?
Pardon?
Did you see the doctor to?
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad, but it did hit me.
Oh, you have to be aware of that, because it's kind of what disease. You should go to see the doctor and take the injection.
It's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
But I just
But now we have the problem in
brought a
Thailand.
question in my mind, that's all.
Okay.
And of course I was,
I hope that.
I was a bit intimidated because
I hope that after. I hope.
Just walking and just a dog, that's me.
Okay. I hope after 15 days you will not say bow wow, bow wow, bow wow. You see, that's the disease. I don't know.
I'm good.
Okay, come back to our mind development. So, can you get the answer now? Your question. That's very long explanation. Okay, that's very good question. Because environment and the man have to go together. So, for development, the man, we have to choose the good environment, good friend, good knowledge, or the right knowledge. See that? So, do you have your good friend now? Who is your good friend? You yourself. You have to know your good friend. Lord Buddha mentioned about good friend. He pointed to 8 phone paths. 8 phone paths. That means 8 components that you have to work on your life. And number 1, you have the right view or the right world view. That's your good friend. You have to know what is right, what is wrong. What is the right world view? You know the right world view? That's very important. If you have right world view, and then you have right thought. If you don't, you have wrong world view, you have wrong thought. Because your thinking comes from your view. You get that? So, the world view, that's the most important thing. That the leader of all. You get that? If you got wrong world view, you have wrong thinking, wrong speaking, wrong acting. Everything follow the view. I will show you the example. One day in the evening, my friend and I walked into the garden behind my house. That's before the sunset. That means the curtain of the dark is coming down. And my friend really afraid of ghosts. Ghosts, you know ghosts? Ghost. Ghost. You know ghost? Who don't know ghost? You don't know? Ghost. 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 A ghost. Or you don't know?
The dead who are
Oh, you know now. You don't have in Israel. Okay. And then a friend of mine really afraid of ghosts. But my friend and I walked into the garden before the dark curtain came down. And then he saw the ghost because he afraid of ghosts. So he saw the ghost on the top of the tree. And he said, "Oh, a ghost." And he shook my hand to run away. And I said, stop. Don't go away. I would like to see a ghost. Because all of my life I never see the ghost. I'm very happy to see a ghost. Who have seen the ghost before? Please let me know. Have you seen a ghost? Only the people say the story, but I never see it. Did you see one? I used to live in the monastery. No, not monastery. In the funeral tomb. That's they bury the people underground. And I sit there with my umbrella. And at the midnight, I wake up and then I call all of them. All of you around me, please come. I would like to talk to you. Nobody comes. I would like to ask, what happened after they pass away? I still don't know what happened. Do you know? Your relatives, after they passed away, they came back and tell you about? Nobody comes, you see that. So I want to see a ghost. Said, don't run away. You come, I would like to see a ghost. And then I have a torch or flashlight. I use my torch, fetch up to the top of the tree. You know, that's palm tree. You know palm tree? And the leaf of the palm tree is almost falling down. And then it's going like this, and then the wind blow, and then the leaf of palm tree going like this, like a ghost. Says, oh no, not a ghost. That's the palm leaf, you see? So, we don't run away.
It's the same story as the fish.
Yeah. No.
What do you see?
I wanted to show here what? To share about the world view. You know the world view now?
The what?
The world view. The right view or the wrong view. If you have the right view, you have the right thought. You have the right speech. You have the right action. See that? So, my friend have wrong view because he saw palm leaf as a ghost. You see?
Not that simple.
Pardon?
The point of view depends who you are. So how you look at the world depends on who you are. On your surroundings and everything.
I wanted to show about what? The view, the thought, and the speech will come together. When his view, that's wrong view because that's not a ghost. That's what? That's not palm leaf. He looked palm leaf as a ghost. So when you see, oh, a ghost, so he says, a ghost. That's his speech, you see? A ghost. And then what is his thinking? He thinks that's a ghost. Because he see palm leaf, that's wrong view. As a ghost, he thinks ghost in his thinking. And then he speaks out, a ghost. And then what happened to his action? Run away. See that? Yeah, you see that? I would like to see the series of what? From You see that's the will. From will to thinking, you think, follow the will. From the will and then follow, coming up with what? Your speech, you're talking, you're saying out.
But maybe it's not a point of another view of the world or something, because he didn't expect it also. He didn't want it.
This I would like to show the example about the process of what? Of the will, thoughts and speaking and acting. It's come in series. I show the example only. Can you see that? Yes?
There's a line, if you're searching for what you're looking for, then there it will be. What you're searching for, you will find it. Because this is your thinking, your own personal view, then it's another projection.
What's he searching for? What? He had a fear.
You are right, but there are so many variables, so many variables. But I would like to show about the will and thinking and speaking and acting. Can you see what I mean? That's the process. When you see and then you think. When you think, you talk and then you act. Can you see that? There's so many variables. That's why he saw the palm leaf as a ghost. Because his mind is afraid of ghosts. But I don't want to, fear, because I don't want to go in there. Do you understand? I don't want to go in there. I want to show about the will first. When you have the will and then you have your thoughts, follow the will that you see. And then you are talking and you are acting. Yes, gentleman from...
Was it his mind or his instinct to run away? Because the panic is not the mind. Panic is when you don't control it. You just feel what is right to run away, but you don't think. You don't, otherwise your mind doesn't work, it just happens.
The mind comes with it before you enter it.
This action can go in the other way. If you don't run away, maybe you just sit down and you cannot go anywhere because you are afraid of the ghost. You see, that can go in many ways. But I would like to show only the process of will, thinking, speaking, and acting only. You don't mix up with other things, then you will come out with so many questions. Okay. And why? Why I can see the palm leaf as a palm leaf? Why? A friend of mine cannot see the palm leaf because of the dark. What is the dark symbol? The dark, that's ignorance. Ignorance, you cannot see the writing because of ignorance. See that? And I have torch or the flashlight. That means the wisdom. I can light. When we have light, we can see the palm leaf as a palm leaf, not a ghost. Yes?
When do we know that you have the right wisdom?
Pardon?
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know when you have the right wisdom?
I will go back to the story of the brave and Mr. Peace. Okay? Can you get that? That's the answer.
It's a matter of perception.
It's okay? You go back to Mr. Brave and Mr. Peace story, huh? Okay. Then, that's the right view. Oh, the time is over now. The time is going very fast when you do something that you like to do. If you don't like to do, the time going very slow. You see that? But the time on the watch is normal. But the time in your feeling, see, when you don't like, the time is going very slow. When you like that thing, the time going very fast. But the time in feeling and the time on the watch. You see that? So you enjoy here. 7 days pass by very fast. If you get bored with here, 7 days, very long time. That you are in jail. You are in the hell. Do you know about the story of 2 men in the jail? 2 men in the prison. Did you hear about this story? 2 men in the prison. One man said, "Oh, look on the sky. It's so beautiful. It's bright star." You see, they stay in the jail. The same place. And the other man said, "Oh, this place is full of muddy. See, it's terrible." They stay in the same place. But the first one look up. The second one look down. When you look up, you can see what? When you look up, what did you see? You see the sky, you see the bright star. See that? When you look down, what did you see? You see the muddy clay. You see very dirty place in jail that you were together in the jail. Do you remember? You understand what I mean? So you are here in the same place. But if you look up, you can see the bright star. If you look down, what do you see? You see muddy clay. Okay? If you see the bright star, your time is flying very fast. Thank you for your listening. And then tomorrow I will explain more about your meditation instruction. I will going in detail and I will bring you to practice. I don't know where are you now. Please practice, and if you are not in progress, you try to find your technique to control your mind. If you can calm your mind, that's the good thing that you are here. Okay, thank you. Anjali? Wait a minute. You do together. You just wait for the others to look back. And then if you do together and then look very nice. If I take pictures, very beautiful pictures. If you do like this, not beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Anjali. Vandana, Apivat. All together. Anjali, Vandana, Apivat. Anjali, Vandana, Apivat. How you can do in the same time? You have to look at the leader. You follow the leader, only one. And then you will do in the same time. If you don't have any leader, you don't know which one that you have to watch. So you will go by yourself, each person. You see that? So you have one leader and then the other look at you. So you have to show slowly, waiting for your followers. Did you get that? Thank you. Now your time for walking meditation. Enjoy. When you enjoy, your time is flying very fast. You're walking from 9:30 to 10:15. And then from 10:15, you will have sitting meditation. And before we have lunch, I would like to invite you to have photos together. Or you want to go now?
No.
Now? We are all here? We are all? Okay, go to in front of the chapel or the church over there. Over there?
Where do you want us to go?
Huh?
Where should we go?
Take pictures over there.
So where?
Over there. In front of the church.
Where? 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 Where?
In front of the church. You don't know the church? The temple there?